And I say that because they say, we're an independent organisation that was set up and we investigate miscarriages of justice. Well, they don't investigate. They do not. They review. You get your solicitor to work for nothing and do hours and hours and hours of this work, and then your solicitor puts your case in front of the C.C.R.C. And when he's done that, they review it. It's all done for them. They review it. And they need to ask the question, is it more important that we review whether a dog's muzzled, or whether we look at cases where there's real people suffering in our prison? Where is the priority? And since it's become established, this C.C.R.C, it's become a convenient excuse for government ministers not to help you. Because now they say, oh, can't help you, sorry about that, the C.C.R.C are looking at your case, I can't get involved, so they back off, they won't touch it, they won't help you. What a brilliant cop-out. Are the C.C.R.C under-resourced? Yes, they are. Are they understaffed? No doubt they are. But it's not just that they're under-resourced, or the high bar that the Court of Appeal have set and make them jump. That's the problem. Another major problem is when the police decide to hide evidence. Well, actually, they don't call it hiding evidence, they call it non-disclosure. It's hiding evidence. If the police want to hide evidence from the C.C.R.C, they will. They will. In Eddie's case, the Merseyside police hid a box of crucial evidence which contained diaries that Paula records an earlier suicide attempt in. They kept that hidden. But it wasn't the C.C.R.C who discovered that box of evidence. It was Eddie's solicitor. And even then, it was more of a fluke that the police revealed it than an attack of honesty by the police force. And it's a serious problem that the C.C.R.C need to sort out and address, because until they do that, the justice system will remain rotten from the top to the bottom. And it's families like mine who fight and fight and fight for people who are wrongly convicted. Not the C.C.R.C, it's families. Families know that justice becomes a game somewhere where people win and people lose, and the truth and justice get lost in the mix. The burden to get justice should not be placed on the shoulders of families like mine, or on the shoulders of dedicated, unpaid solicitors. That burden should fall on the C.C.R.C. But I'm afraid that the C.C.R.C, in our experience in our case, is paralysed and ineffectual. It's paralysed because of the Court of Appeal, it's paralysed because they can't make the prosecution disclose evidence, and it's paralysed because it's under-resourced. There's nothing left of Eddie's case that was put to the jury. Every other agency that's looked at it, apart from Merseyside Police, say this case is unsafe and unsatisfactory. Eddie's case is now back before the C.C.R.C for the third time. I want them to refer it back. I want them to overturn this conviction. I want them to take this weight off Eddie's shoulders, and I want them to give him his life back. I want justice for Eddie Gilfoyle. But if we ever do get the conviction overturned, it won't be because of anything that the C.C.R.C have done. It will be because of others. It will be because of Eddie's family, Eddie's solicitor, and others who have helped to campaign on Eddie's behalf. And that is really sad. I sometimes wonder whether any of you people actually truly grasp the enormity of what we have done to these people, to Sue, to Eddie, to Paddy Joe. I wonder how much damage we have really done, and whether any of you people really, truly comprehend it. How shameful is it that after everything that they, Sue and Eddie and Paddy, have been forced to go through, people who are severely traumatised, mentally broken, have to travel the length and breadth of this country, telling anyone who'll listen what's happened to them, doing television interviews, radio interviews, newspaper interviews, venues like this, in their desperation to get justice, to clear their names, to make sense of the indefensible. Have we not damaged them enough? Have we not put them through enough? Can any of you truly comprehend what courage it takes for these people to stand here in front of people like you, or go on the TV and say, they put me away, but I'm innocent, and I want you to know I didn't do it? How much courage that takes when you've been wrongly convicted. I feel absolutely ashamed that I've got to stand here today next to Eddie, next to Sue, next to Paddy Joe, and so should you be. You should be ashamed too, because we have failed them. We have. And after everything they've suffered, and after everything they've been through and endured, the C.C.R.C. sits up the road, neither use nor ornament to either Eddie or Sue or any of the other brave, courageous miscarriage of justice victims. And I hope by explaining Eddie's case to you today, cleverer people than me can find the answers and make the C.C.R.C. a credible organisation, a force to be reckoned with, that fights, properly fights, for innocent people like Eddie. Because the C.C.R.C. should be a national treasure. It should be something we're proud of. But as you can see, it hasn't managed to obtain justice for Eddie when he's so clearly innocent, nor for many others like him. And people like Eddie, and people like my family, are desperate for the C.C.R.C. to work as it claims. Because until it does, people like Eddie, people like Sue, families like mine, are lost. We're helpless. And that can't be right. That can't be right when an organisation like the C.C.R.C. exists. And yet my family are still fighting the might of the state alone. And that's not justice.
Okay, thank you.